Welcome back to the Center on Technology and Disabilities new series on supporting local education agency and state education agencies' use of research findings to support students with disabilities. This is video 4, Reading Research with a Critical Eye. In the last video, we provided some ideas as to where you can find research articles and other summaries of research. Once you have found appropriate articles and books, you need to know what to look for within. A skill you must develop is how to quickly tell the difference between empirical research articles that report results of new research and other types of articles that only provide analyses or other thoughts about findings, but do not themselves present new data. One of the ways you can tell is to read the abstract. Pause the video and look at this sample. Nowhere does it talk about that a study was conducted. See the underlined in red? This article discusses 3 alternatives. The key word is discusses. It gives you a clue that this is not an article that reports new research. However, the article may still be worth reading because it contains citations to articles that do report research findings. Now look at this abstract. Pause the video. The abstract is clear that a new study took place. It isn't that articles that simply review research or present practitioner-oriented content are bad. Far from it. But you need to be able to quickly spot the difference and act accordingly when reading. Once you've decided if an article is worth reading, it will begin with a review of literature. Like most things, literature review quality is hit and miss. They provide good context for the study's background and a theoretical framework. Oftentimes, you can discover other articles you need to collect and read before moving forward with your study. Within the literature review should be a theoretical framework, or explicit call-out to theory that grounds the present study. To go along with empirical evidence, you want to make sure you read up on prominent theories being used in your field. Reading lots of articles is one efficient way to do this. An example is Richard Mayer's cognitive theory of multimedia learning. Mayer's model is itself grounded in several different theories that help explain why multimedia constructed using this model can support a learner's cognition instead of overwhelm it. And Mayer's model is supported by decades of empirical research around 12 instructional design principles. Researchers can use Mayer's theory and empirical findings to inform their own interventions. There are no shortage of theories in our field, so again, doing your reading will help uncover the top ideas. Basically, you want to use the literature, empirical and theoretical, to paint a clear picture of what your field already knows about supporting student learning. Understanding the literature to help design studies to support implementation processes, conduct evaluations, and generate data to inform continuous improvement will help put you in the best possible position to make a contribution to the field with your ideas and research. The Lit Review usually concludes with the study's research questions. This is a good opportunity to see how different authors structure questions and then address them in the method and results sections. The basis for the research questions should be established by the literature the author reviewed in the first few pages. In the methods section, you can thoroughly consider how the authors described the participants in the study. What were the conditions under which the research took place? In addition, carefully reading journal articles that are published give nice clues to how you should be setting up your own studies. Many journals and reviewers want to know details about participants, so if you do your own work, collect as much data as you possibly can. In special education, this includes disability category, results of standardized test scores, and other relevant data. The purpose of a methods section is to give readers a clear picture of what was done, so replication is possible. Many methods sections are vague, incomplete, or simply confusing, which prevents others from replicating their work. You also want to closely examine the research method that was used. Methods can be any number of approaches, including combinations of approaches. Specific methodological approaches have specific steps or characteristics that a savvy reader will know about and pick up on. When you review an article, you should pay close attention to the data reported in the results section. Results sections often contain tables that report data. Becoming familiar with what the various symbols and letters at the top mean will help you interpret data. Articles often also include figures to illustrate results. Discussion sections are an opportunity to see how the author or authors integrate findings from the study with the literature review at the beginning of the article. You should be able to answer how these findings advance existing theory and understanding of how to address the research questions that were posed. Many times, if you're new to the field and do not understand results sections because of advanced statistics, the discussion section can help you fill in the gaps to understand them. Discussion sections also include recommended next steps in a line of research. This is where you can get solid ideas for your own studies. In summary, reading research articles isn't quite like reading a popular press novel. They are filled with specific elements, written with variable quality and clarity that are intended to inform the field. Being aware of what to look for when reading is a critical skill on the path to being prepared to plan and ultimately write and conduct one's own research study. Thanks for watching, and please continue using videos from this series.